Ah. Hello. Good evening. Welcome. Can you hear me okay? Is everything coming through? Had slight problems with the stream on YouTube having... Yeah. It seemed to have started and then stopped. So hopefully we are live, he says. Hopefully everybody can see and hear. We're on the new link. Hey, there we go, Joe. How are we doing? Great. There's a slight lag as it comes back, but great. I can see you are live. I am live. You are showing up. Excellent. This is what we like. It's Friday. And I have 3 working days until I break up for Christmas. So I am sat here with my tinsel, with my little battery-powered LED lights. Yes, it is very disappointing. Unfortunately, Mr. Pandy is on dad taxi duties this evening. So, yes, just me at the moment. Hopefully, if he's back in time a bit later on, he may join us. But, yes, you're stuck with me, I'm afraid. How are we this evening? Are we all ready for Christmas? Hey, just think about it. 2 weeks from today and it'll all be over. We'll all be in a food coma. And, yes. We'll either have... Santa will have either brought us the presents that we wanted, or we'll be back with dad socks again. He might be watching from the car, to be honest, Joe. He has done before when I streamed the first week on my own, so he may be about. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, right. So, where are we? We are still on the 1st of October, and you've bought one present. Yeah, that sounds about right for us as well, Joe. Mrs. Gilgamoth buys all the presents. Just praying he delivers on time, eh, Eamon? Yes. Well, with the storms you've had, it's, yeah, it'd be nice if it makes it through at all. So, we have, first step is 2 weeks ago we harvested 55, last week we harvested 54 and 64, and this week we are going to be harvesting 53. And for those that didn't notice, I was messing around and somebody mentioned that there was I should put the logo on the side of the pickup. So I have done so. I now have my logo, and yes, it is a howling wolf. It is not a ghost with a hat. Can't remember who said that. Might have been Joe. But yes, it is a howling wolf. It is not anything else. It is a wolf. So, as I mentioned last week, I did put a new mod in. This is the field service trailer. It is actually quite it's quite interesting, actually. I think you've got to stand behind it. There we go. Activate. I just love how the little laptop comes out and you actually end up with a workshop area. But it's got a really finicky area about here that to start the engine. You've got to be looking at this control panel to start the engine to actually take the fuel out of it. But Hey ho. Ghost with a cheese hat. Yeah, it's like songs, isn't it? When you hear the words to a song, and it's not the right words, but it's what you end up hearing. And, you know, that's it. Yeah, it's, I think it's by GTX. No, wrong menu. Yeah, it's this field service trailer. Just called Field Service Trailer by GTX, I believe. There's a Google Doc in the description that has them all in. But yeah, there is another. So the in-game Thunder Creek. So I'm not sure if I can't remember if I this one as well. There is this Thunder Creek, which is similar to, well, it's a mod of the in-game one, but again, at the back, if I go into miscellaneous trailers, yeah. So this one looks the same, except it has an extendable work light on the top, and this back opens up. Folds open. Yeah, you do. That one has a slightly smaller capacity than that one, but I had problems getting this one working for a while until I went looking on the. I think that one's on itch. This one's on ModHub. But yeah, this one again. You've kind of got to stand about here, and the trigger point to start the inbuilt engine to pump fuel into the tractor, as well as just using it as a repair station, is quite finicky. So yeah, this one it's not quite so narrow on the engine start. So anyway. Can't remember where I left everything last week. Right, oh, here's the, what is it we are harvesting today? We are harvesting corn again. Oh, not again. Wait, it was sunflowers last week, but we need the corn header. So we will, that was a bit silly. Never mind. We'll just leave it there. Oops. Right, how are we doing in this? We should be alright for fuel. I may not have pulled that out far enough. We'll see. Get rid of that. Oops. Skill issue. Not on Farmer Sims. Yeah, skill issue. I need a counter, don't I? There we go. We're out. Doesn't really matter where I do the course play for this. That game sounds a bit loud. Let's... Actually, we will... Oh, we've got another bouncy field again. I bet you haven't been down this far, have you, Eamon? 13.8. One tool, two headlands. Generate. Hey Techno, how you doing, mate? I've only got the one harvester, mate, on this one. I may get one for next season when I've merged all these into a single field. We are on field 53. Field 53, harvest, corn, I think it was 13.8 meters, oops, two headlands, one tool, 13.8 meters, awesome. Only just started, mate. Only just started. We had a bit of a skill issue on OBS. It, for some reason, it decided that it wanted to start and stop the stream, and then I couldn't reconnect OBS to it. But then I've got it set to... I have got it set to auto-end the stream. So... Right. Nearest... Nope, that's right, yeah. Go. Bouncy, bouncy. These fields are horrendous. Oops, actually, yeah. I don't think I need to worry about the straw swath. I think I've got enough straw. With the... Oh man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was talking to Welshie the other day, and he was saying that he'd had OBS drop out, and he lost quite a big load of recording. Right, so there is... Let me just... Oops, no, wrong key bind. I keep doing that. So in controls... There is a keybind sequence for course play. I mean, it's down as delete, but there is a... You've got this Alt-G as well. So Alt and G opens you straight up to this menu. I don't know if that's of any help, but if you do get to that menu, there is this option here, open HUD with mouse. I always disable it, because that's a right. I think that's a right mouse click that opens that up, and I always use the delete key. I've got a Logitech G910 keyboard, so I have lots of spare macro buttons around the edge that I use for everything. That's at 50% full. Right, okay, so we will go and we will find a tractor. Yeah, I can visit there, that's close enough. No, it's an older 910 NX. Haha. I've actually I don't know if you can see this, but on the worker here, it's picked Andy Pandy as its so I use Sim Gamer Jen's I use Sim Gamer Jen's mod helper AI helper, can't remember what they call it now. For some reason it's not working. I've had this before where if I get out and get... No, it's not going to work now. There we are. So this is for content creators. When you use... If you update the NPC helper XML, you can use semicolon to tab through the next worker. And then I can use... Well, I've got this bound to shift and semicolon to get rid of the menu. But yeah, it's great for content creators because then you can define, rather than it tabbing through all the time, you can actually set who it is you want as your AI worker. Yeah, have you got the mod assistant, the FS mod assistant application? Because in there it does tell you when there are keybind clashes for mods. That might be one way to have a look at. To remember to open the lid. If you watch my first recording, you'll see that I suffered from a skill issue in that one where I was trying to get the combine to unload into this trailer, and yeah, it had no I hadn't opened the lid at the top, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't offloading the combine into the trailer. This really does need the ground textures fixing. Possibly. I mean, the one thing you could do, Eamon, is unbind. Because delete is a easy dev key to delete an object, isn't it? You could unbind that in your settings. I'm glad I'm not driving this for real. I'd get seasick. Can't remember. I've started playing on I've started a new save on Missouri River Bottom, and for the first time ever I'm playing with precision farming and crop destruction and all of the other bits and pieces, so I can never remember which I forgot that's a narrower header. I can never remember which save I've got what settings on. Yeah, I loved it when it came out, but then I like to research what crops are grown in the area that I'm farming, and apparently Missouri is big for its animals, so I put in a cow pasture and put in some milkers, But then I found out actually there's nowhere in that map to sell any of the animal products, so milk or anything like that. So I messaged the modder on their itch page, and said, you know, are you going to do? And it's like, oh no, it's an agricultural map. But the fact that it hasn't, the train doesn't work, and lots of other bits and pieces. Yeah, it's not the best map, but it's one. I've ended up putting a sell anywhere in there, or sell everything in there, and I use that to get rid of everything that's not sold elsewhere. But it's yeah, it's not the best map, but I like, if you hadn't guessed by this, I like the 4X flat maps, the American style, relatively square maps. You've made what? You made a mod for Missouri River Bottom? What's it do? Curious now. Yeah, I must admit, Joe, I'm enjoying playing with it, although I had to download the extended range scout that's in the mod hub, because trying to do fields on trying to do the scanning of 4X size fields with that little sensor was doing my noggin. It really was. So yeah, I've got the oh right, okay. And yes, I use SimGainer Gen's crop control override. I use that on this, and that needs, yeah, you just put in an XML which ones you want to, which crops you want. It wasn't the crops so much, it was the, I couldn't do any of the animals because there's nowhere to sell any of the animal. You can't sell wool or, it's alright. Keyboard lag as I'm doing something. I'm setting up the auto drive behind it. Yeah, so I couldn't do the couldn't do any animals on it. So, but yeah, I got the big double X. I didn't get the biggest one in the mod hub. I got the I bought the slightly smaller one, so I did. Yeah, I did in the end, NX. I added that container sell everything in there. But he has updated it a couple of times. So things like you don't need the Brock bin now because that's embedded. But like the first thing I do is remove that silo behind the garage because I find it useless. Because you end up with stuff stuck in the auger that they give you. So that's always the first thing that goes. But yeah, Joe, I just used the big one. I still needed to put down across all of the fields. I still ended up probably doing about 20, 25. But I mean, it's done, so don't really need to do it again. Or not while I had no money. That's the one good thing about that map is it comes with the grain dryer built in. So yeah, it's that first corn harvest in October. I've just finished doing that, and I've got nearly 2 million litres of, yeah, about 1.8 million litres of corn to dry. So that I think that will be worth probably a couple of $1 million. It's easy to make money on if you can get over that initial hump, but you do need two combines, at least two combines on that, because it's the fields are huge. But I don't know if you've I ended up with this mod that came out I think it came out last week, this farm valuation mod, and you don't realise quite how quickly the amount of equipment you have, and when your field values go up, it's quite useful to see just how much your farm is actually worth. I mean, I know I'm on a big American map with lots of big equipment, but yeah. Just wait for Mr. Harvester to get out of the way. How's the volume levels tonight, guys? Everything alright? Music not too loud, or game not too loud? You can't hear the music. That's probably because I've got it turned down in the background. Oop. It's just a bit of easily listening music. Missed that. Can I catch you before you dig it? I bet I can't, can you? No. Oh well. Oh! I forgot I'd set up Nightbot. Awesome. Well, it's working. That's good. Hello, Andy Pandy. Have you noticed that you're actually driving the combine? How are you doing, buddy? Still on dad taxi duties? Yep. I know my voice is loud and aggravating, mate. I've known that for a long time. I always equate myself to that other very loud Yorkshireman, Brian Blessed. Don't need a microphone at the front of an auditorium. I can make myself well heard, thank you very much. And it's quite funny actually, because I work with a guy called Gordon, of a similar age to me, which kind of tells you something. But yeah, he moved to another department a couple of years ago, but he keeps messaging me, and whenever he does, I'll go, oh, of course I've got to reply with Gordon's alive. But you youngsters out there probably won't understand that. Where are you going? Okay. Fair enough. Let's just... See, it's that worker called Andy, and it's, or Andy... I'm going to have to change it to Andy Pandy now, aren't I? I really am going to have to change it. So there was, there's a film called Flash Gordon that had Brian Blessed in it when he was a lot younger. And the bad guy thinks that he'd killed the protagonist of the movie, and Brian Blessed shouts out, "Gordon's alive!" But if you are searching for it, be very careful, because there was a not safe for work version called Flesh Gordon. So if you are going to try and watch it, it is very cringeworthy. It's very mid-80s, but it's a take on kind of 50s sci-fi rocket ships with sparklers in the for an engine, that kind of thing. I reckon you are early 20s, NX. Yes. Yeah, but do you remember the new version of Thomas the Tank Engine, or the original version of Thomas the Tank Engine? I still have all of the books from when I was a baby. The original Thomas the Tank Engine. I wasn't far off. I wasn't far off. So if you don't know what Flash Gordon is, I'm gonna have to be careful there, aren't I? I reckon you, Joe, are probably... Oh, I'm gonna say mid-30s. Do you want to know how I knew that you were fairly young, NX? It's because when you message in Discord, you send messages that are literally a couple of words per line. And I found out that apparently that's a Gen Z thing. That wasn't far off. Ooh, I'm full. Right. And I don't need to guess how old Andy is, because I'm usually at his birthday party. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to the latest subscribers. Yeah, well, before there was a Thomas Land up in Birmingham, it used to be done, the models used to be done by a company called Pico. And they were based in a little town called Beer in Devon. And yes, it is called Beer. And I used to go down there with... My dad was into model trains when I was young, and my grandfather used to work on the trains. My grandma worked on the trains during the war. So yeah, my dad's favourite place was the not model, the National Railway Museum in York, which is only about an hour away from me. Peakorama, yep, that's the one. That's the one. Used to go there as a kid. Yeah. I must have not been there. No, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I bet I've not been there in over 30 years. So I've probably not been there since you were born. that should give you an idea of just how. It's shut. Oh, mind you, I mean it's not that common anymore. Although it's quite funny because my boss is a model train. He lives in Spain, and his parents have some kind of farm or something, owns a lot of land, so he has a Gauge 1 outdoor loco train that runs around the I want to say ranch. It's about as close to what I can describe it as. Oh, come on, Andy, and you've missed a bit. Come on, buddy. And I bet I'm too close. Oh, my dad was a huge model railway fanatic. Was. And passed away a few years ago, unfortunately, but yeah, he used to do what's known as DCC, direct current or something like that. And it's basically each train is like a radio control unit. So instead of on a normal train track, you can only run one train per segment because of you power the track, not the train. With DCC, each train has a little microchip in it. And you can effectively run, I think he had about 10 going on at the same time on the same bit of track. And they had steam generators in the chimneys and sound mod. He was well into it, he loved it. I had an N-Gauge as a kid, but huh. Yeah, it was. I was after he passed away. My stepmom moved into a bungalow because she was disabled and Dad was her carer. So I had to dismantle it all, and I was absolutely heartbroken. Yeah, that was. They are quite small. Well, there's. I think it's Z-Gauge. I don't know, it's a long time, but Z-Gauge is smaller than N-Gauge. But yeah, Dad used to do what was called 009. So it was 00 track with O-Gauge. Effectively a narrow gauge. He used to do American narrow gauge. But yeah, it's... bless his little cotton socks, I do miss him. He used to like to say he was grumpy, and he had a black Christmas hat that said "Bar Humbug" across it. But he used to love Christmas. How old is your youngest then, Joe? I am tempted to... Yeah, there is a lot around there. My dad, when I was really, well, say young, I was probably early teens. And he did the Grassington Railway, which is... sounds like it's down near you. And that used to be... used to run from the mines down to the coast. And I remember going, when we were on holiday, we used to holiday in Devon every year. And I remember one year when he was doing the model, and he ended up, he measured me, and I can't remember what I was, how tall I was at the time. And then he actually had me go up and stand at the side of the buildings that had survived, so the old station house and a couple of signal houses, just so he could take photographs with me as a scale measure, so he could model these. He used to scratch build everything from balsa and what have you, so yeah. A 2, a 5 and a 7. Have you got nothing better to do on an evening? Right. Whilst... Yeah, there was... I think... I can't remember... I think I posted it on Farmer Sim's Discord recently, but yeah, making use of children, it was... we with the remote controls before the tellies had remote controls. And then we only had 3 channels, so you didn't really switch much, but yeah. Yes, I've seen the photos of the dog. It's yeah, very cute. I must admit, my grandfather on my mother's side used to breed chows, and Mum's always had animals, had dogs in the house. But unfortunately, Mrs. Gill is allergic to, well, just about anything. I think about the only thing she wasn't allergic to is hamsters. So we can't have dogs as much as I would love to have a dog. Although having said that, she's a lot less allergic to cats these days, and that's thanks, I say thanks, but we used to go and stay with a good friend of ours, a good friend of Andy and mine called Gazebo, and he had 2 cats, and they were very much of a, you're not paying me any attention, therefore I'm going to come and sit on your lap. So she used to suffer, but doesn't seem to as much these days, but yeah. We always joke that if ever she texts me and says the dinner's in the dog, that's actually a good sign. Well, good as in we have a dog, bad as in she's probably left me with a dog. Am I right in saying that your dog is it's going to be a guide dog or something like that, a service dog? Right, where are you going now you've finished? You're going to turn around and go back. In that case, I'm going to go and offload while you do that. Because you'll be a while. Yeah, I'm also very fortunate that Mrs. Gill is actually went to catering college to train, so I get very well fed, which, as Andy will tell you, my waistline has expanded significantly since I married and then got a desk job. But I can't remember if I said this last week when we were talking, but the whole premise of this, or the latest premise of this, is that to actually do the cakes in-game, and she actually does make cakes and other nice treats to sell. So yeah, I'm trying to put that into the game. I mean, we don't have any livestock or anything. Although Mrs. Gill does keep asking me, since you play all of this farming simulator, do you want a small holding when we retire? And it's like, oh hell no. Having played this game, I know how much hard work it is. I am not wanting to do it for real. Yeah, my mum lives out in South Africa, and she runs I don't know what they call it. Angel Paws is the company. It's a charity, and they have specially guided, specially trained dogs that they take into hospitals and to other places, like, you know, people that need old folks' homes and stuff like that, and mental illness, because they take these specially trained animals in just so that the people can stroke them, because I mean, I know it's true, but the stroking an animal releases a calming hormone into your brain, and it's actually a proven scientific fact. And so yeah, they take these usually small. I mean, Mum's got, I think she's got 3 or 4 Cavalier these days. She doesn't have the big chows, but yeah, they take them into they take them into these hospices and what have you, just so that they have a bit of companionship and stuff. But then they take them away at the end of the day. They go and do day trips and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's really interesting. Sweet enough to be with a kid, but yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine a long time ago, somebody that I went to college with but lost track of after a while. He had a Rottweiler, and he'd had it since it was a puppy, but it was the daftest brush you'd ever meet. The problem was, when it grew up, it would, you know, it would come running at you and then put its front paws on your shoulders and literally almost knock you off your feet. It was enormous. And then I've got some friends like Andy that I can't get rid of for one. Love to try and I could say that now because he's not on. Row of shame. Right, let's... Oops. Let's just... pick up his... little bits. go. Ah. We don't want Jennifer helping us. There we go. We have Andy in back. Right. So we can leave that down here and hopefully he'll just wander backwards and forwards. Right, how are we looking for fields? 64 has no fertilizer. Oh, see, I've missed a strip of weeding on that field. Right, so no fertilizer, but it needs lime. So whilst Mr. Andean is doing that, I will jump in the John Deere, detach the sprayer. Yes, I Oh, you mean the town? Yeah, it's there's not much of it, but have you not been down here for delivering contracts then, Joe? Right, what do I need to do first? Right, actually we do want to fertilise first. Right. Got this streetlight pack, and whilst you can't see it, if you look on the one over there by the entranceway, you can see the metal bars around the bottom. And whilst you can't see them, I've got them turned off on these down by the implement shed. The collision areas are still round the get your words out. Around the bottom of the lamppost, so even though you can't see them, you can still collide with them. Oh, you've got shop delivery. Yeah, well, you see, shop's just there for me, so I'll just have to nip round the corner. That's the only reason I ended up with a fully case farm, or as much a case as I could get, was because of the case dealer that's on the map. I am actually tempted to swap this out for the new case sprayer that came in, whatever the last patch was, 1 point. Does it tell me on here? No, I don't think it does. But I don't think it has as wide a boom as this, and I don't think it has the same capacity either. If I remember to go into the right menu. Where are sprayers? Sprayers. Oops. Really need to focus on what I'm doing. Try not to give you all an epileptic fit as I zip between menus. Ooh, Andean's at 95%. Let's zip back to that. Where are you? Are you down there? You ought to save me your placeables, XML, Joe, and I'll put your farm in my save, and I'll send it the other way. I am not doing an in-cab on this, it's just... the ground map is horrendous. I'll turn around, because I know you're going to set off as soon as I get underneath your header. Yeah, I need to do what you were saying about the eggs earlier, Joe. I do need to put them in. So chickens, cows, greenhouses, because cows will give me butter and milk. Obviously, I've got the flour, I've got the grains. The only thing I haven't got is the sugar, because I've got sugar beets and yes, sugar cane. That's it. I've got them turned off on this, so I will have to buy the sugar from the warehouse, which is just the other side of that water tower. I remember when I first started playing on FS25, I was playing on No Man's Land. Don't know if you played that map, but I really loved that map. And I'd no idea what I hadn't got into mods and this, that, and the other, and I'd planted sugarcane on one of the fields, and it was a self-cut field. Because there are no fields on. I think there's one field on No Man's Land, and I put this field in. I put sugarcane in, and I came to harvest it, and the harvester was like I think it was like 1 or 2 rows. It drove me up the wall, and that's how I ended up with course play and auto drive, because with sugarcane, with the harvesters that are in game, there's no capacity in the harvester, so you've got to have. It's a bit like chaff. You've got to have the harvester run with it, and the trailer run with the harvester, and yeah, I never planted sugarcane again. It went off it for life. But yeah, send it over, Joe, and I shall put it in. Right. I wouldn't say I'm good at them. I know how to use them, how to set up the set up the coursers in the majority of cases. I mean, I did have an issue, or still have an issue on this, or had an issue on this map, where because I've got that double trailer, for the truck, it doesn't seem to hit the spawn points very well. The truck is too far away from the trigger point for it to actually unload. So I might have to change out that articulated trailer for something a little shorter. It's on my to-do list over the Christmas break, because I break up long before Mrs. Gilgamoth does, and I have some time, but I also have a growing list on my whiteboard on my wall of things that I want to get done in that. I'm only off for 2 weeks, but the list is growing. I'm tempted. I want to have a look at that DaVinci Resolve as an piece of editing software. Heard good things about it, and I use something called Shotcut, which was it's open source, it's free, and it's very easy to use. But to actually get it to do anything fancy takes a lot of work, and yeah, it's when I started it was good because it was very easy to get going with, but Andy used to stream during lockdown and he used to use it, so if he can learn it, I'm sure I can. Oh. Right. Can I get through there? Yes, I can. When I fold up. And we will send him on his merry way. Right. Yeah, I'm really tempted to upgrade this to that new release. It's about $40,000 though to. I think it's $32,000 for the updated engine, and then it's $8,000 for the green Steiger green paint job. But I've also got the Carl Farms one, the Carl Farms Steiger pack, and that's got this big-bodied Steiger with floater tyres. And I thought that looked really, really nice. And I tried it. I have what I call a sandbox save, which is a copy of this that I've used to mess around with. And yeah, I put the big floaters on and couldn't get it in the tractor shed. It was... I mean, I even put dual tyres on the Magnums, and they wouldn't go in the shed either. In fact, actually, I might the AGI grain dryer. I might, as I've got some cash, I might install that mod and dry this corn. Yeah. I know, I came up with this really nice design, and it's like, I've got no room for many more tractors, and I've got no room in the wide shed for another combine, although I have got room in... What? Where's me truck? My truck's vanished. That's bizarre. Let's have a look in the garage. Yeah. My truck has vanished. Yeah, these are the articulated trailers that I'm struggling with for the length with Courseplay. Come on, there we go. But I mean, I've got this grassland here. I've got all of that space on the other side of the road, to be honest. That's where I was going to put the I was going to put the grain dryer over there, and possibly the because it's such a long tractor trailer, I either have to have the spawn point close enough that it triggers the first bay. So there's two hoppers per trailer, and either it triggers on the first one but won't trigger on the last one because the truck doesn't go far enough past it, or if I move the trigger point further past it, it misses the first hopper because it doesn't detect, it's too far from the spawn point when it detects the grid. I think you did mention on one of my videos, Eamon, about moving the spawn point, and I had to mess around with it, and I can't remember if it was on this or on my sandbox save, but I've actually got on the grain silo I've got an input and an input short, depending on whether I'm using the articulated trailer or whether I'm using a leased standard trailer. Just because I ended up having loads of problems with it triggering properly or not triggering properly. I wonder if the mods disappeared. Oh, the lizard's there. That is the right... is that one, isn't it? That's got the... Is it this one that has the... Yeah, LED eyes. Yeah. Oh well. Have to go back through the XMLs and try and load it back in. Or I'll have to buy a new one. Somebody's half-inched me truck. Log a police report with the Mounties and... Well, they always get their man, apparently. Whoops. Come on, there we go. Typical, too far over. Come on, line up straight. There we go. Oh, okay. Tip point. That's... Oh, is that this one here? This maximum... Right, so... Okay, I'll try up in that then. Yeah, because this is applied to all, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Next time next time I have something to unload, I will do that. Right, where did the... How are we doing for spray? 56. I'll just go and top this up because we'll need to do another application. There is one thing with sending the placeables, though. Just put the farm in. It doesn't put the roads in. I haven't found a way to update that yet. So none of the textures or anything go in as part of a copying a farm, a place of the placeables farm between saves. There, you see? It's hit the invisible protectors around the base of the around the base of that lamp. So I have to try and... Right, let me extend the wheels, because if I try and turn a corner in this thing, I end up nearly rolling it. In fact, I have rolled it a couple of times. Creepy school bus with no kids on it. At least you don't get the ice cream van on this map. Andy and I were playing on the Judith Plains, and having that thing come up behind you, creep up behind you, and play its tunes at you is can be quite scary. Do 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 do. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Reminds me a bit of Sherbet Dib Dabs. How's it doing? 80%. Where is he on the... Oh, he's going that way. To wait for him to turn round. Yeah, that is one thing without using precision farming, is you do use an awful lot of lime. Yeah. Or sherbet fountains. Which again is a... Well, I know you can still get them because my wife used to work next to the factory that made them, so I do have a box of sherbet fountains downstairs. It's not common as... I mean, you go... Remember going to the corner shop on the way home from school and getting penny sweets and half-penny sweets. That kind of shows my age. Ooh. And Andean is at 99% full. Didn't quite get all the way down and back. Now I keep getting too close, so we'll pull away a bit. Oops, not quite far enough forward. There we go. Ah, dear. Off you go. What am I at? 86. I'm not going to be able to get much more into this. Tootle off back to the farm and unload. Now, Mr. Blobby, there's a blast from the past. If you're only early 30s then, Joe, how do you know Andy Pandy? Or has it come out again? Is it one of those things that's doing a revival? Because Andy Pandy was before my time. Or is it? Or is there an upgrade? Is there a recent Andy Pandy? Mind you, I suppose with kids, yeah, probably. Andy Pandy was a... He was a puppet. It was a... I think it was a... I say it was before my time. I think it was a marionette on strings. Andy Pandy, Looby Loo, and Muffin the Mule. They were in my dad's era. In black and white. That'll date it. So your kids Baby Shark age, are they then, Joe? Or did you manage to miss that? What's the current song that's driving parents up the wall? I know Mrs. Gill was asked to do a Peppa Pig cake for somebody's birthday. She'd no idea. I mean, we have no kids. Yeah, she had to go looking up Peppa Pig. Hey Thomas, welcome to the stream. Steve's Lava Chicken. Ooh. Oh dear. I need to fix that, obviously. Hang on. Can I do that from within OBS? It's deleted all of your messages. Wow. Okay, that I need to change. But not while I'm streaming. Right, make a note. Otherwise, I have a memory like a goldfish. Oh, I know you were here. I can see all of the Nightbot have deleted this message. Right. I don't know how to chat moderation. Settings. Right, hopefully that will have... For some reason, the default was set to 8. So I've upped it a little bit. I must admit I haven't watched the Minecraft movie. I know it's on... I think it's on Sky over Christmas. So I'll probably end up watching it because Andy and I played it when it first came out, long before Microsoft got hold of it, when it was Mojang. We played it. So I'd be quite interested to see what it is. I know there's a lot of stuff they've added into the game. It was fairly... I remember, because we had the Java version, we used to have to create new Java files, loading all the mods in. It was an absolute nightmare to get working. You're, yeah. He is good. Jack Black is really good. I think he does well in the new Jumanji as well, although the original one with Robin Williams is a classic. Yeah, I'm Andian's son's godfather, and we've started playing Battlefield 6 with him. He's got his own PC now, and it's kind of like, I remember playing Battlefield 1942. And it's kind of like, oh, I'm feeling old. But yeah, I was tidying the office out a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago now, and I found my original 3D card for my PC, and it was a separate card. You used to have two graphics cards in your PC, one for 3D and one for 2D. And there was a loop-through cable, and the first game I ever bought was a game called Day of the Tentacle. And it was in the Steam sale recently. They've done a remastered version. And it's like, I really need to get into playing that again. At least see if it's... see if it's as good as I remember it. Evening, Thomas. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my inane ramblings. I usually have an assistant. Unfortunately, he's on dad taxi duty this evening. So you're stuck just listening to me, I'm afraid. Where did you find out about my stream from, Thomas? Or are you going to tell me that you are somebody that I interact with frequently on one of the Discord channels and your YouTube handle is different to your Discord handle? How are we doing? 50... 53. Looks like course play's got about probably 45-50 minutes, about another hour. We'll probably finish that off on stream tonight. I'm going to plant wheat in this field when I get it prepped, because if I'm going to put chickens in, I need some chicken food. And of course, typical that wheat needs to go in last month or this month. I think that's right. Yeah, wheat. Looks like I'm going to run out of lime. Yep. It's for chickens, not bananas. Oh, look at that. Just finished that row with 0 litres in. Right, where's my auto drive course? There. Right. So, whilst I go and unload, you can go to the farm. Lime station. So we want you to load. No, that one wants to be lime station. That one wants to be... Oops. Field 64 with lime. Go. Right. While I go and... go and empty Andy Pandy. You still there, NX? You still with us? What's the video up to these days? The one that I did the other day. Go and have a look in a second. I did I don't know if those that subscribe to the channel, I did a mod review or a mod preview before NX Modding's animal food calculator mod went live, and it's I think it's just shy of 5 minutes, and last time I looked it got nearly 400 views and nearly 8 hours of playtime. A bit gobsmacked with that. Right, head off in that direction. Go. Make it up the hill. Ah, there we go. Yep, that John Deere is nicely loading itself up. Yes, I do love auto drive and course play for when you are playing on your own. Of course, it pays no attention to traffic or anything. How much corn have we got? Good old time saving stock check. 192,000 litres. Right, let me have a look in my little Excel sheet. Did I have any to start with? I did not. So that 192,000 litres is just for this field. But yeah, I've had some thoughts about expansion plans and whatnot as I move through the series. I think what I'm going to do is buy 66 and make that into my cattle. So put the cow barn around here, and then have the pasture around the back. But I think to buy that land and make a pasture that big, I think it cost me nearly $1 million. Hey NX, how are you doing, mate? I was just saying, had you seen how well the that mod review that I did I haven't seen it recently. Just wondering if you'd. Wow, I thought it was around there. That's amazing for a 5-minute video. Well, it is for me. What's your download numbers up to at the moment? Right, if I back this up here... Should have kept going straight, really. So if I do... Yeah, that's about right. If I put that about there... Very good. Right, where did my thing go there? Enter that one. And it's what? It's been out a week? Have you heard anything back from Mod Hub about when it's going? Okay, mate, no worries. Yeah, it's a shame I can't showcase the mod because I don't have any animals. But, yes, we shall... That's right. So that's first layer of dirt and lime. So... And I missed a spot. Right, what is next on my to-do list? Well, this is something else I'm not... Yeah, the ground textures are a bit iffy on some of these. These huge lumps on the edge of the roads. Can catch you out if you're not careful. Is that close enough? It is close enough to trigger. Right, did that? I don't think that did offload. Never mind. Right, that's full. Oops. The wheels away. So I can get in the shed. Yeah, I like it. I can't remember whose stream I first saw it on, but yeah, I think it might have been Farm Sim Guys. But it's so handy because it has huge reach on it, a lot better than most of the in-game stuff. Right, so I am going to need to leave this out then. Oh, what the hell? Right, so mulcher. Mulcher, one of the Magnums can handle that. Right, that's getting full. Enter. At least he's managed to turn the corner anyway. He hasn't had to back out into the middle of the field. Although if he does back out, he's not going anywhere while I offload, so I need to pay attention. Yeah, me too. It's, I think it's really great how you can use it as a... The only snag that I've had with it is that if you're using it as a spreader, it tends to roll over if you're not careful. Especially for me, because I use keyboard and mouse, so if I'm not careful, it becomes a bit twitchy. But yeah, I was thinking of swapping the... just because I've got a Case Farm, there's this new Case Patriot. I believe it does. I must admit, as I say, I've only played it... Yes, I do... Oops, hang on. I do play with keyboard and mouse, but then I'm an old school gamer. We didn't have joysticks and joypads. Especially not on PC. You had to have a special game port for PCs, for gamepads, joysticks. But yeah, I did get. I have got a. Mrs. Gilgamoth bought me an Xbox game controller to plug in. But whenever I plug it in, most of my course play and auto drive key bindings disappear. I'm old. It's called setting your ways, Joe. When you get to my age, another 20 years and you'll understand. Right, okay, so that's that. Let's jump in this. Yeah, you can see if I put the dual wheels on these things, they won't go through the door. I think this is the... Yes, this is the mulcher. He says, looking it up in his little... Yeah. Get across the road before anybody comes. Hey Welsh, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Mrs. Gilgamoth has offered to buy me the farm sim wheel and everything. But I work from home using the same keyboard and screens for work that I do for home, and if I put the steering wheel on, I'm going to end up not being able. Well, I'm happy with not being able to work. Maybe when I retire, I can. I don't have to worry about it. Is Rion with you, Welsh, or has he gone to bed? I'm missing my apprentice today. He's on dad taxi duties. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, Joe. I saw the one on FSG's, that lightweight folding one. That would stop me from playing through the day, though. When I do get 2 minutes to myself, I do like to play a bit of farm sim during the day. Especially when I can just leave stuff on course play and auto drive and then go and have a meeting. Are we talking about actual age or mental age there, Joe? Because Andy Pandy would love to be compared to an 8-year-old for mental age. That'd be a step up, being compared to an 8-year-old. It's like my motto in life. Growing old is mandatory, growing up is optional. Ah, he's still there. Are you still on dad taxi duties? Oh, nice, Welsh. Nice. Jealous. Which Thrustmaster did you go for? The 128 or the... Well, I can't remember the other one. Is it 246, is it? Or 24 something? What do you mean you're at home chilling? I'm relying on your AI version, which, as we all know, AI is absolutely pigging useless. Right, where are you? You gone for the 128, mate? Yeah. Which wheel have you got then, NX? Is it you got the Thrustmaster or? Yeah, it's... I feel sorry for you. Anything that uses you as a learning model. That Horry one does look quite nice. I saw, I think it was Scroft did a box opening of it. It does look, especially with the indicator stalk thing that goes over the... I think that's the one he was doing. Oop, we're full. Yeah, I know you've been very busy on your mods, mate. Some good stuff coming. Be looking forward to showing it on... You think you'll have it done by then, NX? Awesome. If it's out next week, buddy, I might be able to do another... I'm off Thursday, Friday next week, so... Depending on if Mrs. Gill has a honeydew list for me. Might be able... Yeah, you play the other FS25, don't you, Andy? Well, I say you play the other... I don't think I've seen you play it since since you got into farming. Awesome, buddy. I'll look forward to doing another video on it. Please don't turn around. Hang on. I'm going to... can I tab the other way? Yep. I'm going to stop Andy from turning around. There we go. No. Tab wrong way. There we go. Save me having to chase him down the... as he turns around. Do, do, do. No, I keep tabbing the wrong way. There we are. Yeah, I suspect they may have maybe shutting down for Christmas soon. No, still tabbed the wrong way. That should help boost your numbers. I'm getting it on Mod Hub. It's certainly a lot more useful than the other animal feed calculator that's on there. And who needs to know how many litres of of food is done in a year? Right, where were we? What were we doing? Right, that one. Enter. Ooh, nice. Is this collaborations with other modders or other content creators? Nice, buddy. Well done. I look forward to seeing it on your channel. TGI Friday. Ooh. What's a Furman MRWK 6000 that's just come on sale? It's a great trailer. Okay, not exactly something I'm going to use in Canada. Yeah, nothing of any use in the sale. So what map is everybody enjoying at the moment? I know Andy and his skint on Kinlake. I bet you don't get a chance to play much, do you, NX? Yeah, I know you started on this map, Joe. Are you enjoying it? Are you built your own map? What's it based on? Is it available? Yeah, the new DLC one's the Scottish Highlands fishing. It's Kinlake is the town. That's the one I know Andean's having fun and games with in solo play. Keeps complaining that his contracts only play a couple of $1,000 when mine pay. Yeah, very, very. But then his will probably take him about 5 minutes to do. I do a cultivating contract on this and come back 3 hours later. Oops. Hadn't realised Mr. Andean is full. Dereliction of duty. Yeah, you can use some really big machinery. I'm looking forward to seeding when I combine these 3 fields together. Looking forward to seeding this with the Seed Hawk. Is the salmon... because I think... is it salmon that uses the offshore fishery? I know one of them uses the... there's a little onshore one. I've been watching Mr. Sealy P do it. Sealy P... no, not Seahawks. Although I think you've still got a chance at the Super Bowl. At least until you get into the playoffs. Oh, nice, mate. Nice. What is it? A small UK map, or is it... oh, you're doing the young fish. Oh, wow. I'd be interested to see that, Joe. Well, you've got a better chance than we have, buddy. And we've got a better chance than the Chiefs have, because they're out. Yeah, I think you take the... from what I've seen on other creators, you take those young ones and put them in the offshore one, don't you? Right, leave that there, see if he'll offload into it. Right, let's get back to mulching. Apparently, when I was watching Mr. Sealy P's, I think it was I got them out of sequence for some reason. I ended up watching them in the wrong order, but yeah, he was doing lumber. And apparently lumber pays really well on Kinlake. I know you hate doing forestry, because we did it on that New Frontier map. Kind of did it to death a bit, but yeah, you get a lot of money for the trees. You need the you'll have to put NX Modding's new upcoming mod into it, Joe. That'll kill it. No, this is a family-friendly show, Andy, and I do not want to know what you're doing right now. Because you should be in me driving that harvester. You could have at least chopped the branches off. You got wood, yeah. He's just WhatsApped me a picture of a truck with trailer, and the branches are absolutely all over the place. Thank you very much, Joe. I'll take a look at that, mate. Yeah. My Mrs. Gill works in logistics, and these days, and she's a health and safety manager, and she's forever complaining about curtain siders and tension straps. Mind you, having seen some of the pictures that Steve73 posts on Farmer Sims Discord, I'm glad I'm not in that industry. Although there was something on social media recently that had somebody tension strapped a pile of dirt in a trailer. I thought that was quite funny. Mrs. Gilgamoth had a chuckle at it. Right, where is yeah. I did play the demo of ETS, to be honest, and because I was watching it on Gamer Cop, and then I saw Sim Gamer Jen was playing, so I tried the demo, but not for me. You drive too far. I'm just used to driving up and down. I'm only used to going a couple of 100 yards in each direction up round the field. Way too far for me. Yeah. I'd probably have to plug the gamepad in for that one. Ooh, I'm full. Do you play the American truck simulator or just the European one, Joe? Go around the top of the hill. Might be a bit of an easier journey. And we're downhill. Whee! Arms in the air like you just don't care. I must admit, I do. Yeah. The European one, I'm not. I used to do a lot of driving around the UK for work. But the American one, visiting all. I'd love to visit. Mrs. Gill and I love to visit America. We've visited about 24. I think it's 24 of the 50 states. As we've worked our way around, so probably wouldn't mind driving around America. some friends of ours. Her dad is a trucker for a living. It's a bit of a thankless job over there because obviously they do really long distances. Well, that didn't work out so well, did it? Anduin's already 93% full. Yeah, benefit of not having kids. We've done two trips. Well, we did one trip across America from San Francisco to New York, calling in at Vegas and Denver and Chicago and Niagara. There's actually an image of me and Mrs. Gill on Google Maps. We were in Niagara in Canada when they did the Google Street View a while ago. So yeah, and then we did Chicago to, well, we headed up towards Washington State, up towards Seattle, but then came down through the national parks. So we were supposed to do Alaska in lockdown, but it got cancelled, so we never got around to going back. We were going to do Canada. There's I think it's called the Rocky Mountaineer, which is a train that runs across Canada, and we would love to do that. Because I've actually got a friend of mine, another content creator, streams a lot of Kerbal Space Program, a guy called Mike Aben. Look him up on YouTube, he's great if you're into that kind of thing. But he lives literally a couple of hours away from where Courtright Lines is. So I was asking him about the area and whatnot when I was researching the... when I was researching this. Yeah, our trip across America was on train, or the majority of it was. So yeah, it'd probably be nice to kind of come into the area where this is based on. Okay, so we're nearly done with this field. What's our... Let's have a quick look at field size. We have 21 hectare field. What do we reckon the yield on... Where are you going? There's... You've... See, told you. You can't train AI. I'll just turn you off and leave you here for a second. What do we reckon the yield is? Hello, coolish stranger. Welcome to the channel. Come on, guesstimates. Guesses on yield of this cornfield. I think about 250,000 litres. 275 from Joe. Come on, Andy, and you were close last time. What do you, when we were counting bales, what do you think of yield? And just for you, Andy, I will wash the trailer. Just because you get on me. 261. Okay. Well, I'll give the others a chance to put numbers in. Well, like, look, washing it for you. Should have you on this doing it for me. Leave mucky equipment out and you go and wash it for me. Anybody else got any guesses on what the corn yield is from field 54, I think it is? No, 53. There we go. I've already asked him to do the mod that you wanted about the implement. Oops. That bloody collision box around the bottom of that light fitting. Gets me every time. Yeah, the one that when you connect up to a trailer, it'll tell you whether your tractor's underpowered or not. He has said he's doing one for me next. But then he said he'll have a look at it. Right, so that's that back. Let's get this back. Oh, this needs a repair and some fuel. Right, we can get rid of that course. I think I'm going to have to pull the trailer out a bit further, the header trailer, because I had a bit of a skill issue trying to get it out. Farmer Sim has a lot to answer for with skill issues. Right, let's... Not sure if I can get close enough. Oh, we can reverse up to it. There we go. Try that. Nope. Wrong mouse button. Wrong button, even. There we go. Repair that. We're about halfway to service. Repair that. Just drop that off so we can get close enough to the fuel pump. Thirsty beast is this. when it's got a 1500 litre tank. There we go. There we go. Like a glove. You see, there was a reason I put big wide roads in around the farm. Right, let's quickly grab the tractor and pull the header trailer out a little bit further. There we go. Wonderful. Right. Put this in here, out the way. Right. Leave that there. Oops. Clicked on the farmland and not the tractor. Right, let's get this field done and then I think we can call it an evening. Just tootle up and down, finish this mulching. Nope. Nah. That's a point. We were going to plant soybeans in that combined field. When do soybeans don't go until April? That's good. Got plenty of time over the winter to merge that 53, 54, 55. I should imagine if this little field took 1.5 lime hoppers of lime, then that's going to be absolutely... Hang on. That one. Yeah. So 64 is 6.4 hectares. And then we've got 40, about 50 hectares. So 10 times the size. So if I use 2, I'm going to need about 20 hoppers of lime to do that big field. Oh my god. Andian's just sent me another photo of his logging attempts. He's basically just cut trees down and attached them to the back of a truck. No lopping of branches or anything. It looks... You'd be arrested for that, driving that down a road. We were talking about... Andian was asking about that horsepower mod I was talking to you about the other day. And I said that you were looking at one for me, and then you would have a look at it for him. No, that hasn't worked. Oh, it has worked. There you go. So my Discord server is in chat if you want to join, and my budding community, and I'll get Andy and can then post his monstrosities of a logging attempt. It's just crazy, buddy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, no rush on that, mate. No rush. It's only for Andy Pandy. I'm gonna have to change his name in my address book to that now. So whenever he WhatsApps me, it comes up Andy Pandy. I'm not surprised he's stuck on a bridge with all of that foliage. Can't find the setting for multiple. So when you go in, hang on, just let me turn this around and I'll show you where the setting is. Do you mean for running multiple harvesters on the same course? On the same field at the same time? Is that what you're talking about, Joe? Yeah, so when you create a course under fieldwork settings, it's this multiple tools. So if you want to put more than one harvester on, you can do multiple tools. And then here you just set your number of headlands. So if you've got 3 harvesters, you only really need 1 headland. And then I'll just generate it just so I can show you. And in here, you've got this option to choose which of the 3, so you would have to set them going, each one of them, 1 set to right, 1 set to left, and 1 set to centre. Or if you're wanting to do, what version are you running? Because I must admit, I am running the latest version that came out a couple of days ago. I mean, that option's been in there for a long time. But I am running the latest version that was downloaded from GitHub a couple of days ago. 3.102, I think it is. Okay. Because there is a version that's on ModHub. But I mean, Multiple Tools has been in there since the version from FS24. So FS22. Multi-tool one was in... It wasn't as good in 22. Ah, okay, NX. Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to catch up and post, because I know there's been 2 or 3 intermediate releases of Courseplay recently. That's good, because it'll stop me getting the error, the warning message on the downloadable content, tell me that my mod version doesn't match. You would think that ModHub, the in-game ModHub, would be sensible enough to, when your version is newer than the one that's on ModHub, it wouldn't error quite so much. But hey ho. Right. So that is my field prepped. Well, no, it's not. I think I still need a second fertilizer. Yeah, I still need a second fert. Yeah, I know. I think it was Mark Thor was saying that it depends who you get from the testing team as to what it may fail on. It can fail. They can send it back up based on a failure for one thing, and then you fix that, and then they fail it on something else. He had the class combine that's just come out, although I didn't actually see him respond to that because it's been withdrawn from the mod hub. I did ask on his Discord server earlier, but I haven't seen the response while I've been streaming. Yeah, he had it fail. He had it fail because they didn't like one of the textures, and it was actually a giant texture. Yeah, I should imagine that with the release, the patch that has just gone live, that they are a little crazy busy trying to fix all of the broken stuff. Well, a lot of broken stuff. And I should imagine base game stuff takes priority over additional mods. Let me just have a quick... Alright, apparently, looking at Mark Thor's got a message saying he needed permission from the original creator. But, hey-ho. Right, so... let me have a look at my to-do list for Field 64. So I need to plant it with wheat. Weed it, roll it, and give it another fertilise. We've done 53. That's all sorted. Excellent. Right. Well, thank you very much for keeping me company, people. It's been a pleasure. And yes, we will be back, I believe. My farmhand will be back with me next week. So it'll be the two of us with another live stream, same time next Friday. And then there should be a video out the Friday after. Numbers! Numbers! Right. Yes. I beg your pardon. Right. Drum roll, please. We had corn. 357,000 litres. So none of us were anywhere close. Closest was Joe with 275. You were still 75,000 litres out. The prize for you, Ian, and Ian, is that you can come and help me next week. There you go. Yeah, we were all way off. But still, if I hide the stuff I can't sell, still about 1.4 million that I've got in stuff off all of the fields. I know, Joe. I know. I'll let. If you've ever watched Richard Osman's House of Games on BBC Two, you just have to be the closest. Did you say 485? I can't. Scrolling back through the chat history, I can't see you say 485. But anyway, yes. So you were 130,000 out over. So yes. So Joe got the closest. But yes, so we will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you can please smash that like button. It's in the send bar. Yeah. He's still too far out. But yeah, please smash the like button for... and if you can, put a comment below. I don't know if they... When it goes up, I'm not sure what the YouTube algorithm does with live videos. But yeah, it's... we need to feed it, and... You know what it is. The AI will take over the world if we're not careful. But anyway... It's been a pleasure streaming for you, and we will see you next Friday. Take care, everybody. Good night.